This sequence is called the kill floor. And in the graphic novel, it's this incredible illustrated sequence. And I remember thinking how amazing it was, but also having a bit of fear of how the hell am I going to bring this to life. In this sequence, our characters, the old guard, are a group of mercenaries, and they believe that they are here to rescue a group of kidnapped girls in South Sudan. But in fact, they've been set up and they're lured here to get visual proof of their gift of immortality, as well as to collect their blood, bone, DNA. So this is the first action sequence of the film, and we knew that it needed to set the tone of the vision of the film, which was a completely grounded reality despite this fantastical conceit of immortality.
It was important, given that this was the first scene where you were truly seeing the old guard and their alter ego, to literally land the audience in exactly who these people were as warriors. It was important for me to find those angles that really showed both the individual skill set of each of the characters as well as how they worked in tandem.
As the old guard is coming down the stairs, the only thing illuminating the room is the flashlights on the end of their weapons. And then we had the lights at the end of the room that pop on, and that created a beautiful silhouette of our team, which was a theme throughout the graphic novel, silhouettes of the team. And we wanted to honor that. We wanted to be able to shoot 360 degrees during the fighting. So the room is lit with just two lights. They're like the lights that Merrick installed. So when the old guard, he surprises them and two bright lights beam in their faces and they're riddled with bullets so that then he can have a clear view of them regenerating. And then we also, that shot, it's one of my favorites, as Andy falls, the flashlight falls and lands right on her face, really illuminating her face. So we see her eye pop open and realize they've come back to life.
The regeneration is a big part of the story, and it's the first time the audience get introduced to it in this scene. We wanted it to feel organic as possible and definitely stay away from the magical. Tami sent us a time-lapse clip of like rotting fruit, which gave us a good starting point for, where we could go with the regeneration. I researched medical websites, and it was clear from looking at these that there's a really high level of detail and sort of intricate layers into this. But also we had to kind of sell this idea over a few seconds and not have it look comical. And then along with that, we also added in, various like blood hits, bullet casings, to sort of build up this whole scene of carnage, even till we get to the end. And we added in extra bodies, weapons, casings, just to help sort of bring this whole scene together.
We needed to be realistic about the fact that these four can come in and go against a group of 18 mercenaries. Our characters have archaic weaponry because they've been alive for thousands of years, and that's how they fight, whereas the mercenaries have modern weaponry.
For the fighting, Gina and I felt like being really in there handheld gave the audience a more immersive feel. Instead of viewing it from the outside when they're fighting, we're in there right with them with the cameras.
It was important to see, the precision and efficiency at which they work both individually and together, because these are people who've been together for hundreds of thousands of years. And the fighting needed to reflect that, and especially being able to juxtapose both keeping it wide enough where you could really see the physicality of their movement, but at the same time, really dwell in the proximity in which, as frankly ancient warriors, they would fight hand to hand.
Everyone still with me?
Yeah, sì. Tutto bene.
Joe?
Very pissed off. So where are the girls?
This is a violent film. I knew I wanted to be unapologetic about the violence, but never wanted it to feel like a celebration of violence. We just wanted to keep it real and grounded. And that was about how much carnage we were going to show and how we were going to show it. More like a war film as opposed to a horror film.
We've been set up.
It also needed to set our visual style, which is something that Tami and I called pretty gritty. And that was really trying to find the beauty in the darkness of this world that our old guard existed in. It was such a great opportunity, and early on, to really come together, bring our crafts together to realize the vision. And it was beautiful to see what each of us was able to bring to this, to bring this amazing sequence to life.